The story begins in the dark and mysterious land of Transylvania, a place shrouded in fog, mystery, and centuries of supernatural lore. This is the home of Count Dracula, the most famous vampire in all of history, a creature of the night who has lived for centuries and has seen the world change in ways he never could have imagined. He has witnessed empires rise and fall. He has seen the birth of modern science and the death of ancient superstitions. And he has endured countless attempts by zealous villagers to end his immortal existence. But Dracula is not the fearsome monster of legend, not anymore. He is a father, a widower, and a hotelier. The proud owner of the most extraordinary hotel in the world, Hotel Transylvania. This is a sanctuary for monsters. A place where creatures of the night can escape the persecution of humans and be themselves, free from fear and judgment. It is a sprawling castle of Gothic grandeur, filled with secret passages, towering spires, and endless rooms that cater to the unique needs of its supernatural clientele. The hotel is a marvel of monster engineering, with a state-of-the-art fog machine that can generate any thickness of mist on demand, self-adjusting beds for guests of all shapes and sizes, and a blood spa that offers the most luxurious rejuvenation treatments imaginable. Dracula built Hotel Transylvania for a very specific reason: to protect his beloved daughter, Mavis. When Mavis was just a baby, Dracula's wife, Martha, was killed by a rampaging mob of angry, torch-wielding villagers. The tragedy left Dracula devastated and terrified for his daughter's safety. He could not bear the thought of losing anyone else he loved, especially not his precious little girl. He swore that he would never let anyone harm her, and he created the hotel as a fortress. A place where Mavis could grow up surrounded by monsters who would love and protect her. He filled the hotel with every creature imaginable, from Frankenstein's monster and his bride to werewolves, mummies, invisible men, and zombies. He created a world where Mavis could be herself, where she would never have to fear humans, where she could have a childhood filled with joy and wonder instead of fear and persecution. The hotel became a haven for monsters from all over the world, a place where they could let their fur down, or their bandages, or their bolts, and just be themselves without worrying about angry mobs or Van Helsing's descendants. But Dracula's love for Mavis has also made him overprotective. He is terrified that she will leave the hotel, that she will venture into the human world, that she will be hurt or killed just like her mother. He has kept her sheltered for 118 years, filling her head with terrifying stories about humans, convincing her that they are cruel, dangerous creatures who would burn her at the stake if they ever saw her. He tells her tales of villagers with pitchforks and torches, of angry mobs storming castles, of vampire hunters who would drive a stake through her heart without a second thought. He paints a picture of the human world as a terrifying place, a place where she would never survive. He believes that he is protecting her, but he is also trapping her, keeping her from experiencing the world and finding her own happiness. He has created a gilded cage for his daughter, a beautiful prison of love and fear. Mavis, on the other hand, is curious and adventurous. She has spent her entire life within the walls of the hotel, and she longs to see the world beyond. She has read books about humans, she has seen movies, and she has dreamed of exploring the world. She has a vibrant imagination and a rebellious spirit that chafes against the confines of her father's overprotectiveness. She loves her father, but she is frustrated by his constant worry and his refusal to let her grow up. She wants to spread her wings and fly, to experience life on her own terms, to find love and adventure. She is 118 years old, and she is ready to leave the nest. She has seen her father's fear, but she has also seen the world through the lens of the books and films he has allowed her to consume. and she has begun to question whether the human world is truly as dangerous as he claims. She is determined to find out for herself. The conflict between Dracula and Mavis reaches a boiling point when Mavis announces that she wants to leave the hotel and explore the human world. Dracula is horrified. He cannot imagine letting his daughter go out into the world, where she could be hurt or killed. He tries to dissuade her, telling her that humans are dangerous and that she would never survive. He reminds her of what happened to her mother, of the mob that killed her, of the danger that lurks in every human heart. But Mavis is determined. She is not a child anymore. And she is tired of living in fear. She tells her father that she is 118 years old, that she is a grown woman, and that she has the right to make her own choices. She is ready to see the world, and nothing he can say will stop her. She believes that she is strong enough to handle whatever the human world throws at her. Just as Dracula is about to lose his mind, a human arrives at the hotel. Jonathan, a young, energetic, and slightly clueless backpacker, stumbles upon Hotel Transylvania while hiking through the woods. He is utterly unaware that the hotel is full of monsters, and he believes it is a regular, albeit strange, hotel. He is drawn by the grand architecture and the promise of a warm bed and a hot meal. He is also completely oblivious to the fact that he is walking into a den of vampires, werewolves, and all manner of creatures that would normally send a human running for their life. Dracula is horrified. A human, in his hotel. This is a disaster of epic proportions. He knows that if Jonathan discovers the truth, he will tell the world, and the hotel will be ruined. The monsters will have to flee, and his daughter will be heartbroken. He has to get rid of Jonathan, and he has to do it quickly. Dracula tries to get rid of Jonathan, but he is too quick and too persistent. Jonathan is fascinated by the hotel and its eccentric guests, and he is determined to stay. He marvels at the architecture, the strange decorations, and the bizarre noises coming from the rooms. He is also incredibly friendly and talkative, making it difficult for Dracula to simply shoo him away. Dracula is forced to concoct a plan. He will disguise Jonathan as a monster. He will tell everyone that Jonathan is his cousin from Zing Zong Zoom, a distant land where the people look just like humans. It's a ridiculous plan, but it's the only one he has. He instructs Jonathan to act like a monster, to be creepy, to be scary, to be anything but a normal, cheerful human. But Jonathan is terrible at being scary. He is too happy, too enthusiastic, too human. Jonathan is thrilled to be part of the scheme. He loves the idea of pretending to be a monster, and he quickly embraces his new identity. He practices his scary faces in the mirror. He tries to speak in a deep, menacing voice, and he even attempts to walk with a threatening swagger. He is introduced to the other guests, who are immediately suspicious of the strange, pale creature with no fangs, no claws, and a bizarre, bubbly personality. But Jonathan is charming and friendly, and he quickly wins them over. He dances with the werewolves. He helps the mummies with their bandages, and he even teaches the zombies some new dance moves. He is the life of the party, the most popular monster in the hotel. Even though he isn't a monster at all, he shows the monsters that laughter and joy are not just for humans, that they can have fun too. Mavis is intrigued by Jonathan. She has never met a human before, and she is fascinated by his strangeness. He is unlike anyone she has ever met. He is funny, kind, and completely unafraid. He doesn't judge her for being a vampire. He doesn't recoil from her fangs, and he doesn't treat her like a monster. He treats her like a person, and that is something she has never experienced before. She finds herself drawn to him, and she begins to question everything her father has ever told her about humans. Are they really the monsters he described? Or are they just misunderstood, like the monsters themselves? She starts to see that humans have their own fears and prejudices, but that they are also capable of love, kindness, and understanding. She realizes that her father's fear of humans is based on a single, tragic event, and that it has blinded him to the truth. Dracula is terrified by the growing bond between Mavis and Jonathan. He knows that if Mavis discovers the truth about Jonathan, she will be furious, and she will leave the hotel forever. He tries to keep them apart, but they are drawn to each other like magnets. They sneak off together, they talk for hours, and they share their dreams and their fears. Mavis tells Jonathan about her mother, about her father's fear, and about her longing to see the world. Jonathan tells Mavis about the human world, about the cities, the beaches, the music, and the people. He shows her that humans are not all bad, that there is beauty and wonder in the world. He tells her about his own family, his own dreams, and his own fears. They connect on a level that Dracula could never have anticipated, a level that transcends the divide between monster and human. Dracula is forced to confront his own prejudices. He has spent centuries hating humans, but Jonathan is not what he expected. He is kind, brave, and honest. He genuinely cares for Mavis. And he wants her to be happy. He has risked his own safety to be with her, and he has shown her that there is more to the world than the darkness she has known. Dracula realizes that he has been wrong about humans, and that he has been wrong about his daughter. He has been so focused on protecting her that he has been holding her back. He has been so consumed by his own fear that he has forgotten what it means to love unconditionally. The climax of the story comes when Mavis discovers the truth about Jonathan. She is furious. She feels betrayed by her father, and she is hurt that he lied to her for so long. She decides to leave the hotel, to explore the human world on her own. Dracula is devastated. But he knows that he cannot stop her. He has to let her go. He has to trust that she will be okay, that she will find her own way, that she will come back to him. He has to let go of his fear and embrace the unknown. But before Mavis can leave, the hotel is attacked by a mob of angry villagers, led by Van Helsing, the great monster hunter. Van Helsing has discovered the hotel, and he is determined to destroy every monster inside. The mob is armed with torches, pitchforks, and all manner of anti-monster weaponry. Dracula must protect his friends and his daughter from the human attack. He is forced to fight for his family, for his home, and for his love for his daughter. He transforms into a bat, a wolf, and a swarm of insects, using all of his centuries-old powers to fend off the attackers. In the final battle, Dracula confronts Van Helsing and defeats him. The hotel is saved, and the monsters are safe. But the greatest victory is Dracula's personal transformation. He realizes that his love for Mavis is more important than his fear. He accepts Jonathan and the human world. And he gives Mavis his blessing to explore the world and find her own happiness. He tells her that he trusts her judgment, that he believes in her, and that he will always be there for her, no matter where she goes. Mavis and Jonathan leave the hotel together, ready to explore the world and start their own adventure. Dracula watches them go, his heart full of love and pride. He knows that his daughter is safe, that she is happy, and that she has found someone who loves her. He has learned that love is not about control, but about trust. That family is not about keeping people close, but about letting them go and trusting that they will find their way back. He has learned that the world is not as scary as he thought, that humans are not all monsters, and that love can bridge even the greatest divides. The story ends with a new era for Hotel Transylvania. The hotel is no longer a fortress, but a bridge between the human and monster worlds. Monsters and humans coexist in peace, and Dracula has finally found his happy ending. He has found peace with the past, love in the present, and hope for the future.